Welcome to Drumchapel St. Andrew's virtual church. Well, we are back at church now. Last week went really well. It was lovely to be back and it was lovely to see people, but we missed those of you who weren't able to be there. It was very different. While it was nice being back in church and felt really emotional, there were so many things about it that were just quite different from how they had been before, and so many things that make us who we are that just were not able to be there. We are a very tactile church, and it was so hard just not to give somebody a hug. But everything worked well, and all the things that we put in place did what they were meant to do. And the main priority, as always, is your safety. So we were pleased with how things went and just really appreciative of all the people who made that all work. Also aware though that over this past few months we've built up a really big online family, and so I don't want to lose that. So even although we're back to church now, the virtual church is not going to stop. That from now on in I will still do a virtual church each Sunday. It's going to be a little bit shorter than it has been previously, and the format of the service is going to be slightly different online, but there will be an online service posted each Saturday, and it will be the same sort of basic theme as the Sunday service will be as well. The family bit's not going to be part of our online service now, but the main bit of the service will be as it is. So do please keep tuning in. It's lovely to connect with you online, and I'm just really delighted that we have such a big wide family that we're connecting with. I hope you're doing okay, and I hope that you've had a good week. Again, I'd invite you to pause me and to click on the links for the songs or videos that we're using on Facebook. You'll find that in the post below this one, and on YouTube if you go right down past suggested videos, and there is a comment section, and the first comment is the links to the songs and videos that we'll be using. So welcome along to our virtual church today. Our theme for today is looking for me. And please pause me, and our first song is The Climb. Please make yourself a part of our prayer. God, I take a moment to listen to and to feel my breathing. I am alive, and I am amazing. Throughout these past months, I've had to be aware of restrictions, anxieties, adjustments to my life, seldom in a good way. But today, I am alive. I have reached this point in my journey, and I am confident for the road ahead, however hard it might be. I have discovered the resources I have in myself, and I know that I am strong. I am aware of those who have suffered over these past months, of those who have lost people they love, and of challenges in marking losses and sharing love and memories. Every day there are new challenges, but I am finding ways of meeting and overcoming those challenges. I recognise that vulnerable is not weak, and that resilience is not coming through well. It is just about coming through. I have no sense of what the future will hold, but I never have any sense of what the future will hold, no matter what plans I make. I am trying to learn to live in the moment, to be grateful for who I am and what I have, to appreciate the fabulous people in my life, and to try to be there for those who need me. I will find inspiration when I have hard choices to make, and I will learn to dance in the rain. In this moment, I find peace at the centre of who I am. I will remember to breathe. Before I react, I will take a step back. I will take a moment to write my own agenda, and I won't be put down or discouraged by the opinions of others. Amen. Our Bible reading is from the book of Matthew, chapter 16, from verses 13 through 20. Jesus went to the territory near the town of Caesarea Philippi, where he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" "Some say John the Baptist," they answered. "Others say Elijah, while others say Jeremiah or some other prophet." "What about you?" he asked them. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." "Good for you, Simon, son of John," answered Jesus. "For this truth did not come to you from any human being, but it was given to you directly by my Father in heaven. And so I tell you, Peter, you are a rock, and on this rock foundation I will build my church, and not even death will be able to overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. What you prohibit on earth will be prohibited in heaven, and what you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven." Then Jesus ordered his disciples not to tell anyone he was the Messiah. And our song is, "O Love That Wilt Not Let Me Go." "What are people saying about me?" asks Jesus. When I used to do the Edinburgh Fringe, what you wanted most and what you feared most was the same. review. I got one review that dissed me for one gag, which was 9 words long out of a 20-minute set. Another time, we were doing a show called No Country for Old Men. We were advertised as 3 old men doing stand-up comedy. One reviewer was disappointed that there was nothing innovative in the show. What? Seriously? In my experience, a review says as much about the reviewer as it does about the act. How much weight do you give someone's opinion of you? Whenever I read a review about myself, no matter how good it was, no matter how positive, the only thing I saw in it was a negative. Nothing else existed. I realised that all I wanted was for someone to say that I was 100% wonderful. And even then, if they had, I wouldn't have believed them. So what value other people's opinions? Well, they can be helpful or they can be unhelpful. There is a huge difference between significant opinion and insignificant opinion. If someone knows you well and you absolutely trust their opinion, tells you something, then listen to them, even if it's not what you want to hear. You gain nothing by only hearing what you want to hear. On the other hand, if someone whose opinion you don't value says something about you, it is of no consequence. Let it go and move on. The psychology of negative comments is frightening. It takes 5 positive comments to outweigh 1 negative comment. In relationships that work, the ratio of positive to negative comments is 5 to 1. In relationships that thrive, the ratio of positive to negative comments is 20 to 1. That gives an insight into how to start changing your relationships. The more positive comments you put into that relationship, the more positive that relationship will become. A while ago I was listening to an interview with Billy Connolly. He was talking about Jerry Rafferty, the musician who was his friend. At one point he said, "He gave me permission to think that I was good." Billy Connolly needing permission to think he was good. Today, you have permission to think you are good. Jesus heard what people said, and then he asked his friends what they thought. Value the people who love you. They may not always get it right, but they will always be on side for you. Don't write off positive comments from someone because you know that they care about you. Care does not invalidate a positive comment. Someone may be biased, but that doesn't make them wrong. I think we're not very good at taking praise. If someone compliments you, acknowledge the compliment. Don't feel you have to immediately reply with a compliment back. Your hair's nice. Ah, so is yours. In that moment, the compliment is lost. Accept a compliment. When someone praises you, they are not doing it lightly. They aren't just being nice or just being kind. They're saying it because they really mean it. People are 8 times more likely to send an email or a letter of complaint than they are to send an email or letter of praise to an organisation. How do we change that mindset? Maybe that's where gratitude comes in. Appreciating what we have, what's going on, the good things in our lives. One really powerful exercise I've found is that at the end of the day, take a bit of paper and write down 5 things during that day that you are grateful for. 5 good things. Do you know that makes such a difference to your mindset? Value who you are. Be realistic about yourself. You don't do anyone any favours, especially yourself, by putting yourself down. You have permission to think you are good. Value the good people around you. They are a blessing and a gift. Learn that there are people you don't need to have in your life. People that pull you down or make you feel bad. You don't need them. You get to choose. There are people you don't have to listen to and you don't have to collude with. One of the things I have learned from lockdown is that there have been things that I just took for granted. I think now I have a deeper sense of what's important to me. I guess looking for me will always be a journey. You'll never finish that journey. But I'm learning on that journey to be kinder to myself. In my early days as a minister, I just always felt I had to keep proving myself. I could do like 4 good services in a row and 1 rubbish service. And I thought that everyone would just hate me. Turned out only some of them did. But one of the things to learn for life is that you are not only as good as your last whatever. The picture is way bigger than that. You are way bigger than that. You were made to shine. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." Let's do a prayer. God, in this moment, I see the positive in myself. I hear compliments and I take them on board rather than writing them off as someone being kind or nice. I take a moment to value who I am, to recognize how wonderful I am, and not to draw back as I do that, to see the positive and to enhance the quality of my thoughts. Amen. I'd invite you to share in just a moment for reflection, and the bit of music that I've linked for that is called River Flows in You by Yuruma. Thank you so much for checking in today. It is always good to connect with you, and it's interesting just through this time of that connection that we have made online, and I really value that and appreciate that. I hope the week ahead will be a good one for you. Take care. Our closing song is I Hope You Dance. And again, I've linked our closing prayer. May God's blessing surround you today. Take care.